So please welcome, we'd have taken Paul Hollyoaks, but we got Paul Hollywood!
Yes, in the hood!
Thank you.
All right, Paul.
Thank
It's been too long, mate. It's been too long.
3 years, 4 years.
I can't believe it. I didn't know Rocky Road could look like that.
That's how it should look.
Well, okay. First of all, I thought Rocky Road had to, because the kids make it all the time, and they got marshmallows in and Smarties.
Absolutely, you can do that. Obviously,
Right.
you can.
And it's a bit Stretch Armstrong, you know, when you pull it apart.
Be. Yeah, but at the end of the day, this has got a set ganache on the top as well. So it's spun with dark chocolate.
Right.
So you've got a sort of inner and outer. So you've got a mix of both. But the beauty of it is, they're great gifts.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
But you can use whatever you've got in the fridge. I mean, literally, but the quality of the chocolate, try it, honestly.
I don't want to try it yet because I won't be able to talk to you. And also, I'll go even crazier than I am anyhow with the sugar hit. Because I'm suspecting there's a little bit of sugar in these.
Not much.
Shut up.
Listen, do you know what? That's
Yeah.
half the calories in there.
Yeah.
So what you do is you pick a slice of that, right? You
Yes.
go, I'm going to eat that.
Yeah, right.
And then you don't eat all of it, you'd half it and you've halved your calories.
Oh my gosh. I mean, the thing about it's like eating meat, isn't it? 'Cause the thing about eating good quality meat is it really satiates you, so you don't go around snacking afterwards because it has all the right things in it.
Well, it's the same with anything.
Yeah.
Anything good quality. If whatever you can afford, go for it.
So
See,
you
the
can
egg going to
nibble
last
on
longer or
these.
taste better.
You can nibble on these,
Oh, yeah,
can't you?
that'll last all day.
Because no, it could last
I've
all
seen
day.
the gannets outside
Yeah.
sort of clawing at the window like a
It
load of
won't last
zombies.
till 9 o'clock the way we're going. But these are beautiful. So Rocky Road means what again? What does it mean from a recipe point of view? You said it's
Well,
all
basically, it's everything. Normally, you see it and it's got bumps and lumps and everything all that, which is probably what the stuff your kids, what your
and
kids
it's
make.
fun and all that
Absolutely. But what's that got is a ganache topped on the top, so that's smooth. It's like putting another layer of tarmac on your road, so it smooths it out and then it looks prettier, and that's all it is.
Look, that is so. I just Frank just made me a fresh cup of tea. I mean, it's what you want.
But that with a cup of tea or good coffee.
Good coffee
would just be. It's beautiful. It tastes amazing.
I'm late to the coffee party, but I've now fully arrived at the coffee party after years.
You're there already.
Well, coffee and cake, I didn't realise. Tea and cake, you know, with my mum, obviously, who you met. My mum, you know, with a Victoria sponge or something like that.
Victoria sandwich.
Yeah, with one of her World War II recipes.
Yes.
With a cup of tea, great.
Yeah.
You know, and also because what happens then is the cake sweetens the tea. You don't really have to have sugar in the tea.
Exactly.
But coffee and cake is a whole different universe.
I know it is. Coffee and cake, coffee and chocolate cake.
Oh.
But also coffee and a muffin. A blueberry muffin in particular.
Stop it.
With a strong coffee is delicious.
What kind of coffee would you go for?
I like espresso, so I would have a double espresso.
Yeah.
At night. At the end of a meal, as used as a digestive.
Are you one of those annoying people who can go straight to sleep after an espresso?
I sleep, yeah.
What is that about?
I think it's because of my job being a baker. When I was working sort of 1, 2, 12, and I could sleep at any time, anywhere.
Because you had to.
Because I had to. If
you
I
sleep
could
on a
grab
washing
2
line.
hours. Yeah. Well, funny enough, we had a challenge recently. I think it'll be airing probably later this year, and it was where would you sleep? You know, where's weirdest place? And mine was a bath. Literally, I thought it looked comfortable. I think it was when I was a kid. My mum had a Tupperware party, and I jumped into the bath because of the noise downstairs was above my bedroom was above. So I went into the bathroom and looked into the bath, put a towel in there, fell asleep.
Yeah. Anybody else's sofa.
Yeah. That's true.
Because you haven't got the chaos of your own sort of energy in your own house with all the responsibilities that come with it.
Yeah.
Also, I know you've been to Carfest loads.
Yeah.
I like sleeping at Carfest.
Yeah, but the glamping arena, the beds are really comfortable.
Yeah, and just being in the open air, it's a
Unless
good vibe.
it's sunny.
Yeah.
And then it's like a greenhouse.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? That's the problem. And they're either freezing cold or really hot. It's never really
They
right. It's nice to see you, man.
And you, buddy.
How's life?
Yeah, it's all good. I think the book comes off the back of being content. I think it's all about celebrate what you have, what you are, what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think the book is sort of it's not the best of the best, but it's a bit indulgent because it's stuff that I really like. And so there's stuff for birthdays, anniversaries, Easter, there's Christmas, there's Diwali, there's everything. And it covers all the bases, but it's also a book that people can just pick up and go, oh, do you know what? I'm going to make that for me mum. I'm going to make that for me dad.
Yeah.
And there's recipes that are easy to follow, but there are some amazing things which I've just picked up around the world when on my travels over the last few years.
And it's got a very simple cover, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the whole ethos of the book. It's a very simple book.
I don't like going on the cover of a book.
Yeah, but you've got no choice, though.
I know. I fight back all the time.
It's in the contract, I bet, isn't it?
I know it is, sort of. But I say, no, just put a loaf on there or something.
No, you look great on it, man. Paul Huller with Joyful Baking All Round, and it's simply called Celebrate. It's a simple title, it's a simple cover, it's a simple book, and it's all the more useful for it. It's really great. And you say it's indulgent, but that's what people want from you. They want your autobiographical, the sincerity. They want what you care about.
I think in a book, when you're writing a cookbook, it is almost like an autobiography, because it's almost tracking I think this is my 10th.
It's an auto-bakeography.
Well, yes, exactly. I mean, I don't think I'd ever do an autobiography, because I think I'd do it through the food. I'd rather do it through the food instead and enjoy that.
Yeah.
But it is quite an indulgent.
Should we dip into some of these recipes here? Okay, so the team have got questions, I got questions. So here we go, page 70, rhubarb and apple crumble.
Oh, yeah.
How do you get your crumble crispiest? Because it's all about that, isn't it?
It's the temperature of your oven. Sugar makes everything snap, and butter makes things soften. So if you think of a cookie will soften because it's got butter in it.
Right.
A sugar snap biscuit has got sugar in it, so leave it in the oven longer and get the colour on there. And
I see. That's why you're a genius. I've never heard that before. Look, sugar makes things snap, butter makes things soft.
Yeah.
And is that why, as cookies, the longer you have a cookie for, they get better up to a point, but they get softer and cake gets harder?
Well, but you look at bread.
Yeah, right.
Bread hardens.
Yes.
It doesn't soften because moisture leaves the loaf, and you end up with a cracker. Right. Which is essentially what it is. There are some cultures in the Mediterranean where you have a fresh bread from the oven which you slice and eat, and it's dry. And you think, hang on, that's toast already. Yeah. You don't actually need to put that under a toaster. Yeah. It's all about moisture content. That's the difference between the baking and how it stales and how it tastes after 4 days, 5 days.
What is it like to speak baking so fluently like you do? What does that feel like? It's like Paul McCartney playing the guitar, isn't it? Because your knowledge is infinite.
It's been part of my life from when I was a kid. I grew up in and around bakeries. I think when my dad had his bakery, we used to live above a bakery then. So I used to disappear. I mean, Mum said, where's Paul gone? I think he's in the bakery. So you get this grubby little mitt sort of nicking donuts and eating donuts.
Right.
And it's been in and around flour and the smell of baking. When Dad used to come in and sort of give him a hug, and he's sort of hugging him, and you can smell all the bread and cakes and everything.
Yeah.
That's in my DNA.
Your own Pillsbury dough dad.
Yeah,
you talk about your grubby little mitts.
Yeah.
Funny you should say that. It's like you read my mind. Because if you look at people say, I really want to play the piano, but my hands are too small.
Yeah.
If you meet Elton John, he's got really small hands. He's quite a good piano player.
Well, yeah, he's not bad, is he?
He has been known to knock out the odd decent tune. Yeah. And hands are important for a baker. You've said to me in the past, if you have cool hands, it's better. Is it cool or warm?
That's a bit of an old wives' tale.
Sorry, maybe that's what you said to me.
Yeah, it is. I think you asked me this. What it is you tend to be quite warm anyway. More active you are. I mean, when I'm kneading dough, It doesn't matter if your hands are cold. It's so quick.
Right.
It just moves off and it's fine. When you're manipulating a laminated dough, or you're working with a short crust pastry, which has a high butter content, it makes the pastry soften. You want it to harden before it goes into the oven. So the thing is, if you've got warm hands generally, then all you have to do is make the paste, stick it in the fridge, chill it, then roll it, then bake it, and you'll end up with something more precise.
Got it. All right. I got some more questions here. By the way, crumble is there. Crumble's the best thing ever.
Oh, agreed. No, agreed.
You could have crumble without any fruit. Apple crumble, rhubarb crumble. I just have the crumble with ice cream. I go ice cream. I'm going to go ice cream.
Actually, crumble, I'm custard. I'm a northern lad. You should be custard.
No, I know. All right. I'm just saying.
I bet then.
I would have piping hot crumble with rum and raisin ice cream, which goes custardy anyway because it's piping hot crumble.
Which is what it is. An ice cream is custard based.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Garlic and onion focaccia.
Oh yeah.
I just love bread. I'm at the bread party.
Yeah. Garlic focaccia or any focaccia, if it's made well and mixed well. The
focaccia?
Well.
Sorry.
The thing is about focaccia.
Yes.
Is when you've got to mix it for quite a while, and you look at the web. When you lift up a dough and you look through the web, and you should be able to read a newspaper through it.
Yeah.
That's a good indication you've got good structure. And then it'll take more water then, and that's where the air holes come. It's incredible.
Okay. Paul's classic mince pies. How dare you give us a swirly top mince pie? That's just too fancy, mate.
I know.
How do we do that? How does...
It's piped, and you can shape it with cutters and stamps. But the thing is, I also do one with a rough puff, and you can do one with... It's the filling in that's interesting. So you use mandarin, tangerines, apples, and you add it all to the mincemeat with a little bit of cognac as well, and it just boosts it up. For Christmas, it's delicious.
So I'm off the booze, right? 2 years
Really?
on Tuesday, yeah.
Oh, well done, mate.
And Tash as well.
Yeah.
However, I haven't mentioned this to the team. Tuesday was our second sober birthday. Wednesday, I came so close. Yeah, I was delayed in town, and I was just around, and two people who I really like saying, "We're going out for our annual lunch. Do you want to come?" I went, "No, yes, no." And you're talking booze there.
Yeah.
I think I'm allowed a bit if it's just not in a glass or a bottle.
Well, I think if you have something really good, but
Yes.
little of, and that'll take all your need away.
Well, I'm looking here. I've got my my lens focused on tiered pavlova and boozy berries. I'll take it anywhere I can get it without people noticing. Tell us about your tiered pavlova and boozy berries. How many tiers? Can you over tier?
No, you can't. You can't over tier. The only thing is with the pavlovas when they bake tend to be quite soft.
Right.
So you bake them quite quick to sting the outside, so it begins to crack. Moisture then cools, tries to break out of the shell, and that's where all the cracks appear on the outside. So it's always essentially soft, chewy on the inside, but then you build it up with cream. I mean, you could put whatever fruit you want. I love soft fruits. I love the summer vibe, the strawberries and the good raspberries. I was talking to someone recently about the strawberry I had in Japan, which was this £350 strawberry I had, which was the most expensive strawberry I think I've ever had for one strawberry. It was the size of your fist.
Right.
It's called the Empress strawberry, made in Japan. I was talking to the farmer.
Or was it force grown then?
No, it's natural.
Wow.
But the way that the Japanese grow their strawberry, this guy in particular, was just... And I said, how much is this? He says, £350. I went, I don't want to buy the whole shop.
Yes.
I just want to buy this. Gives £350. 350.
Did you go for it?
Yeah, I bought it. Well, the crew did.
Yeah.
We all chipped in.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I ate the lot. I even included the stem. I mean, for 350 quid, you're going to eat it all.
Did you eat it just as it was, or did you do anything to it?
No, just ate it.
You could slice it, couldn't you? It's big enough, I
Well, I could have
suppose.
done, but there was a crew with there, but I just didn't want to sort of split it, because if you give it to one, you have to give it to all. But I've got enough rocky road there for everybody here.
Oh, mate. It's funny because the Japanese little trees, huge strawberries. Little bonsai trees, little massive strawberries.
Lovely.
So I think my favourite dessert, does it matter which one it is? Do we have to declare a favourite dessert? Top 5 for me would be tiramisu.
Oh, yeah.
But you got a tiramisu ice cream cake.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul.
I know.
Seriously, mate.
It's got vanilla ice cream in there with the coffee as well, with the ganache, and it is just delicious. You remember the old Arctic rolls back in the
Best ever.
80s?
Yeah.
Well, this is sort of flashback on that. We have had frozen desserts in the tent a few years ago, and it was a disaster because it was quite warm. In fact, even further back than that, Ian, it was a guy that threw his in the bin.
Right.
Do you remember Bingate back in the day?
Bingate.
And it was just...
Great British Bake Off Bingate.
We turned up and I
Front
went,
page of the paper.
Where's your... You threw it in the bin.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Yeah.
And so I think that's a bit of a flashback to that. But it tastes amazing. It's very
I've never had
indulgent.
that.
It's gorgeous.
So where would we see that? Why haven't I seen that anywhere?
Oh, you will find it in some hotels. Some hotels will have it.
But
like almost like an opera cake. So
Right.
opera cake can be quite coffee. And an opera is 7 layers, and that's what it is.
Tiramisu
It's like
ice
an
cream
opera
cake.
cake.
I'm there, man. I'm on board. I'm totally on board. All right, a couple of enthusiastic lay bakers. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are lay bakers and lady bakers? Ozzy Jane, who's been to the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've been to the extra slice
Ah, right, we
set
go.
recording, and I think you were there on the day I was there, which
Joe's
was
lovely.
very exciting.
Yeah.
Do you have a question for Paul Hollywood?
I have. So, Paul, I really enjoy baking pies, and I use short crust pastry usually. I have an issue with the filling. If you don't put enough sort of juice in there, it's not juicy enough for the pie. But if it's too creamy, you get the dreaded soggy bottom.
Yeah.
I'm baking with the beans on top first.
Just giving it all the beans.
Yeah, I'm giving it all the beans.
Yeah.
What am I getting wrong when I do get that soggy bottom?
You need to bake it for longer. So don't be afraid to put colour on it.
Okay.
Work your pastry. A little trick is work your pastry underneath just that one more fold, and what that does is builds up the gluten, strengthens it. So when you bake it, you get a good flash of colour and it seals it up. Brush the bottom when you're blind baking with a little bit of egg,
Okay.
and that will seal the base as well.
Oh, excellent.
All
That's
right.
my weekend sorted.
Jane, she's a very good baker, actually. Right, Tills is here. Now,
Hi,
Tills, you're an
Paul.
enthusiastic baker.
I love it.
And this is a bit of a cheeky question. You might want to whisper this one, but I think it's one that lots of people want to hear the answer to.
So I really like baking, and one of my favourite things is to be able to bake something and give it to my family or my friends. But I'm really bad at baking, and I can't put my finger on why really, but it just always comes out a bit off. So my question is, what is one thing I could bake as a really easy win crowd pleaser?
Yeah, easy win.
An easy-
Great question.
Victoria sandwich.
Do you
All in one. Just chuck it all in a mixer.
Right.
Mix it all up. I mean, traditionally it'd just have raspberry jam.
Yeah.
Put a little bit of cheeky cream in there as well.
Yeah,
Dust
yeah,
it with
yeah.
ice and sugar.
Is
Give it
there a
little
way I
bits.
could jazz it up to make it look like I've done something really fancy, but
Listen,
it's
you
quite
could
easy?
do what they call a Frasier, you could do a Frasier cake like. So even if you don't bake, or if you do bake, go and buy a flan, cut a ring,
Yeah.
put the ring over the sponge that you just cut, put some strawberries up against the side of the ring, whip some cream up with loads of strawberries inside it, throw it inside, get another sponge and place that on the top,
Yeah.
icing sugar, serve that.
Great. Oh,
It looks
Consider it
amazing
done.
as well when you take the ring off.
Yeah.
'cause
All
all the
right, so
strawberries.
from an easy win, right, what
Yeah.
would be a really stupid, heart attack inducing, sort of going for a super impressive, stupidly impressive win?
I think when you go down the ice cream route with your con sponge, it takes a little bit of time. It's a bit stagey, so I would avoid that. But that's something you approach in a couple of months.
I'll work
So
on
work through the book. If you have problems, let me know.
it. Okay, will do. Thank you.
So cool, and we love the book, don't we?
love
Paul
it.
Hillwood, Joyful Baking All Round Celebrates, the brand new book from Paul Hillwood. And here's me, like I'm on This Morning, holding it up to camera because we're live. Apparently, it's so weird being back on live. Whatever it is, we're on. Right, via the Virgin Radio app. So we're here with Paul Hollywood. Paul, where are we with the Bake Off? How many bake-offs have you done? Celeb bake-offs, international bake-offs,
We've
charity
done-
bake-offs,
I
bake-off
think I've done about
bake-offs?
2,000 or 2,500 challenges since we started in the American and Stand Up to Cancers and Comic Reliefs. And everything.
2,500
challenges. Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot. There's a lot. And
Little did you know.
I know. I remember the first series when I was having a drink with Sue, and we were talking about Bake Off, and we said, "What do you think? Do you think it's going to run again?" And she went, "I can't see it, you know." And I said, neither can I. And it was the editor started coming back to us after about program 6, saying, "This is looking really good in the edit." And they're the guys who know what they're talking about. They
Yeah.
see a lot of programs. And we went, okay. He said, Paul, just concentrate on this, that, and the other. I said, what are you talking about? He said, just, get involved with the people more. That's pretty great interaction. And then it all started coming together.
Yeah, I mean, and talk about a hit, because it's bomb-proof.
It's in America. It's massive in the States.
It's massive in America. It travels unbelievably well, as do
Yeah.
you. It's jumped from BBC One to Channel 4. That was a pivot.
It was, yeah.
It was a potential tipping point, one way or another.
Yeah.
It's become even more popular since
It
then.
is.
It's withstood staff changes,
Yes.
on-screen changes
Yeah.
as well. I mean, it seems to be bomb-proof, this
I think
programme.
the format is very basic and it's clean and it works. And it essentially, we're the periphery and it's the bakers that are always the stars. And that changes every year.
Yeah.
And so the tent is the hero. So when you walk in to the field first time, you see the tent, and I look at it and go, "Hello, my friend." And there's this beautiful tent sitting there, and it looks amazing. When people first see it, it's a bit like the TARDIS. It's massive inside.
Yeah.
But
Is it
when
the
you-
same tent inside and outside?
Yeah.
Because you never know with telly, do you?
It feels bigger.
Right.
People, when they first see it, look at it and go, "This is massive," and
Yeah.
it is quite big. It's not quite circus size, but it's big. It's big.
And when you think about back to the Mary Berry days,
Yeah.
Does it seem like the same lifetime or a different lifetime?
No, it does feel the same. I mean, weirdly, in America, they've only seen Prue, so they only know Prue.
Right.
So the likes of, Blake and Ryan, when they came over, when they were filming in Pinewood, they came over to see us. And they were like talking to Prue, and I said, "Oh, when Mary used to do this," they went, "What? Who? What?" Because all they know is
Yeah.
the current series from Channel 4 being on in America. And it's just grown and grown and grown. I mean, I know Prue was over there recently. I'm going over the end of September, but when you walk around and you can be in the middle of nowhere and people will know who you are from the show.
Yeah, I mean, there's fame and then there's being famous in America. It's a whole
crazy.
different ballgame,
Yeah,
isn't
it is.
What's been so far the pinnacle of Bake Off mania that you've witnessed personally?
I think it was the move when the move was the big one. I think when we hit consolidated on the BBC before we left was 23, just shy of 23 million. And that was like Ronnie, the two Ronnies, 80s sort of level.
That's per ep.
And it hasn't been built, yeah. And that was stunning. I mean, the consolidated figure, I think on the night was 19 million.
Right.
Which was huge. I remember looking at, because we used to sort of talk to the directors, he goes, how much do you think we're going to get tonight? I was like, well, football's on, England's playing, 6 million. And I think we got 18 million. Beat the England match twice over,
That is so crazy, isn't it? That's the power of the bake-off. And are you? I mean, why not? By the way, it's not. I'm not fishing for anything. But are you there for life if they want you?
I mean, I'm not going anywhere. It's my job, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love the tent. I've been doing it for over a quarter of my life, and it is somewhere I just love being in there, and I love working with Alison and Noel and Prue. I mean, Prue.
I know.
She's amazing.
She's a ledge. She came in a couple of weeks ago, didn't she? And she's so on it. It's ridiculous.
A backstory. She's just it's the energy.
She's in her 80s now, isn't she? And it doesn't matter. I mean, that whole thing about, your skin and bones might start falling apart, but your soul, we are really ageless, aren't we? Our spirit is ageless.
Absolutely.
And they say that we are spirits having a human time as opposed to humans having a spiritual time.
Yeah.
And the human is our gardener, but the spirit is forever.
Yeah.
The spirit is the flower, if
Absolutely,
you like.
Yeah. We're on a boat, and boats rot, unfortunately, in sea.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it takes shorter.
Yeah.
But we're on a boat.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the sea.
Enjoy the ride, man. I love it. What else? Should we dive into some more recipes here? I mean, it is very seasonal, isn't it? Because you got your summer, yeah,
it does. We do sort of things like phyllo tart. I mean, I used to be go and make your own phyllo. I think make your own phyllo once perhaps, or buy phyllo. I mean, living in Cyprus for 6 years.
Yeah.
Phyllo pastries everywhere, and it tastes amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I was over there fairly recently, and I remember I just sat down and, the Greek coffee.
Yeah.
Because a woman came along, wanted to read my coffee. They turn the coffee and turn it, I don't know how many times, and read your coffee. And I'm going, but I don't want my coffee read. Why have you just turned out my coffee?
Yeah.
I haven't finished yet. And I was having baklava, and it was just delicious. And when you associate drink with bakes, I think that's special, and that sticks in your mind as well.
Yeah, and also the phyllo pastry thing, buying various things as opposed to making them. Very few people give up something they love because it just got easier.
Yeah. Well,
Do
quite.
you know what I mean?
Quite.
What other things shouldn't we sweat in baking, do you think?
Listen, rough puff pastry is pretty simple to make. So you use flour, lumps of butter, and then frozen butter to fold in. Proper full-blooded puff pastry takes a while. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to make that, fine, use rough puff or buy it. If you couldn't be bothered, then buy it, but then follow a recipe.
Oh God, I've just stupidly opened page 199 and saw the Florentines. What have I done that for? What have I done that for?
You can do anything with Florentines.
Well, you can. You can do anything. We can mostly eat them. If you
I want to know what people think of the Rocky. Where are the Rocky Roads?
The Rocky Roads are here. Don't worry.
I want you to bite into a Rocky Road.
Once we bite into the Rocky Roads, the interview is over.
No,
the show is over.
Give it to the guys
weekend
here.
is here. Do you want
give it to the guys to try. Do I get a handshake? Do I get a handshake?
Now you're excited. Paul Hollywood looking for a handshake from the team. I'm saying it's a foregone conclusion. I don't know. For some reason, Handshakes gets me into. I know you love your footy. It gets me back to Beck's again. Front page of the papers today. Arise, Sir Beck's.
Oh, right. Okay.
So David Beckham he's been given the nod for the knighthood.
Yeah.
Has he ever been around the Bake Off?
No.
Because I sense that he will. I reckon if you ask Victoria and David, can you pitch the Bake Off tent in their garden for a charity Bake Off? I bet they'd say yes. The Great British Bakes Off.
You can give it Spice Girls. I mean, we've had Emma Bunton, we've had Mel B.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to get all the Spice Girls in. That'd be fun.
Yeah, but Sir and Lady Beckham, as she's going to be
that
known,
would be fun.
That'd be very cool.
Yeah, but I've got. He's man, you, isn't he?
Well, he was like 100 years ago. He was.
But I'm still. It gives me a bit of an itch,
By the way, we could talk about Liverpool, couldn't we? We could talk about Liverpool. All right, so you're looking for a handshake. Paul Hollywood he's nervous. Will he get a congratulatory, celebratory handshake to celebrate?
Honestly, have a bite. You'll love it.
Celebrate.
Celebrate,
the cheesy TV grin again. Right, off you go then. And this Rocky Road is something. It's I don't know. It's not like. Have a look on the app at what we're doing now live, because it's probably not what you imagine listening to the radio. It's a thing of absolute beauty. It's something you might find in the window of Tiffany's as opposed to Greg's. Do you know what I mean? Go on then, off you go.
The smell of the chocolate's taken over the whole room.
There is an intensity to the chocolate, yeah.
Oh, they're serious bites. Well done. Good commitment there.
Oh.
Is it ridiculous? Jane might cry. Jane, you going to cry?
I think I might.
Tills, what do you think? Tills just thinks more.
The best thing about Rocky Road is the combination of textures.
Yeah.
So
you've got the
good.
honeycomb and the nuts. You've got the
what are the
softness
nuts
from the
in there?
apricot almonds. So you have.
Jane, what do you
can have hazelnuts in there if you want, or you can have peanuts, whatever you like, really.
Crushed nuts.
The crushed nuts, yeah.
I've never tried it with honeycomb, and that is a game changer.
Honeycomb.
Oh,
So
don't get any
good.
honeycomb
Honeycomb's a
in
great
my
thing.
food.
the
You'll
world.
get that on the next bite.
Honeycomb is. Do you have products yourself? Do you have Hollywood products?
No, well, that's
Because you can't be bothered, or because you must be offered them all
I think
the
it's
time?
very difficult to designate your name to something that you're not physically making.
And also, it does give you a sort of constant.
Headache.
Yeah, and also as this Rocky Road might do if you eat any more with all that sugar in it. But also it gives you this sort of lo-fi conflicts of interest on the telly, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm a judge, and someone goes in and goes, "Well, I had this and it was awful," and I go, "I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually in." Well, that's not an excuse. I know it's not an excuse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
It's difficult to put your name to something. And I know I was talking to Tom
you must get
Kerridge
offered
ages ago, and Tom was the same.
Yeah.
Tom didn't know whether to do this, that, and the other. He didn't know whether to open his restaurant or do TV. And there is that. And Gordon had the same problem. He knows, do I do this? Do I do that?
Yeah.
I think everyone, when you have a name and you put a name to something, I think you have to be there quite a large part of the time. And obviously Tom he's there all the time.
Yeah.
And he loves it because that's Tom.
And what about you and James Martin go back a long, long way? Because people don't realise that James started off as a pastry chef,
He
didn't
did, yeah, he did. Winchester.
Yeah, and there's that great show you did together where you
did.
both look like you're in Stone Roses or something, don't you?
We did. It was called Use Your Loaf. I was fresh back from Cyprus. I remember I met an agent in London. He said, "Do you fancy working with a guy called James Martin?" And I went, "I've been away for 6 years.
Yeah.
He's been working on Ready Steady Cook." I went, What is Ready Steady Cook and who is James Martin? "Oh, he's from Yorkshire." I went, "No." And they went,
Fair enough.
Initially, and then we met in London. We got on really well. And we thought, yeah, let's do this series. I mean, when I look back, he was bandana then. He was bandana boy.
You both look like
It's hilarious.
bright young things.
I know. Yeah.
You know, it's
25 years ago.
I think I've only seen a still. I can't remember if I've seen any footage of the show. But you should. I mean, Netflix would kill for you and James Martin using your loaf again. Do you get offered other TV stuff all the time, or are you exclusive?
Sometimes I do, yeah. And some ideas I can't do that, or it clashes with current filming because half the year I'm filming Bake Off, you know,
and keep the main thing.
and the other half I like to actually keep away and just disappear into the wilderness.
Because you don't want to become bored of your own.
No, you don't want to ram
it
it down people's throats all the time.
No, but also you need to. It's great, isn't it? Because a clean break, you revisit it, and you were as excited to get back. Like you say, you see the tent. Hello, my old friend.
Yeah.
As opposed, to, not that thing again.
I know, yeah.
You don't want to get there, do you?
I like to have a break in between. I do like long breaks away because I enjoy traveling. I love getting away. I love driving. I just disappear off somewhere. And I like the idea of just changing your scenery and then coming back and then starting something because you're coming back with fresh eyes.
Yes.
And to keep something fresh after 16 years is quite anything for 16 years is a long time in telly. And I think Bake Off is unique like that. There's a couple of MasterChef. It's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Strictly's been around for a long time. I think Bake Off's like the generation game because everyone from 5 to 95 can watch it.
Brilliant.
And just dip it in and
It's
out.
why it's the kitchen equivalent of Britain's Got Talent. Britain's Got Talent's got such a big heart. It's got the word Britain in it as well. That all obviously helps. And it's the underdog, isn't it? Getting on stage, giving it a go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's the same thing. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's almost the same program, just with a different cast and different props.
Yeah. It is, and Bake Off's it's a warm show. I mean, Alison's brought her energy to it.
Oh, she's great. We love Alison Hammond, don't we?
Noel's like a brother to me. Noel, when they first picked him, and I went, Noel Fielding.
Yeah.
The last time I'd seen him, he was doing a comedy sketch about being a fly and landed on the fridge and then landed on the table, and I was sort of sitting there scratching my head, and it made me laugh at the end. And when they said they picked Noel, I went, hang on, is this the same guy? And then so when we turned up at the tent, he's so good with the bakers.
Yeah.
He's such a nice guy.
He's a lovely fella.
I love Noel. I really do.
Good for
and
you.
the whole family, and we're quite close, and we've had a bit of fun, over the years. Really good laugh.
And as you get older, all you want to do is be with nice people, isn't it? You know,
life's too short.
In your younger days, a bit of pugilism, you know, a bit
Absolutely,
of competition, it's fine, it's all
Yeah.
good. You know, creative competition or, you know, competitive creativity is great. But as you get older, you just want to be nice people.
Yeah.
Don't care.
You want a peaceful life.
Just want to be we're smilers. Look at the smilers here. It's only smiles. Look at the
I hope
smiles.
that's all gone. Do I get a handshake, by the way?
Did you get a
Can
handshake?
we?
Yeah?
All right, there you go. Beautiful. All right.
Was that nice?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Means a lot. Thank you. Thank you.
Paul, it's so nice to see you again.
And you, buddy.
Carfest misses you, by the way.
Listen, I was going to do it
Opening
this year, but I'm
Just
not
saying,
even here.
No, not saying that. I'm just saying you're always welcome.
Can I come next year?
Mate, whatever you want to do. Whatever you
love
want to
to.
do. Bring
No,
the
I'd love to.
cars, do the cars, do whatever you want.
Absolutely.
Open invite forever.
No, thank you. I'd
Love
to.
you, mate.
No, thank you, and you.
Great book. Brilliant book. Paul Hollywood. Joyful baking all year round. Celebrate. And it's a handshake from the girls.
I'm happy.
And the other Rocky Road. I just somehow it's just fallen in my bag. Take home. Thanks, Paul.
Cheers, buddy.
Brilliant.
Thank you.